Howdy, my minds, my bodies, and my non-binary souls. It's me. Great. I would readjust my position because I gotta be somewhere else on this stream. I gotta go like right. I'm like right here, right? It's like right here is the position. And then Liz is like slightly over to the left. Today, I'm joined by the most mind, body, soul, trifected. It's
Liz.
no, it's not. Don't lie.
Oh, okay.
That song was a little fight music. Disco Elysium crashed.
Oh, no.
You broke it, Liz. Fixed it.
Oh.
You broke it.
Maybe it's
We can never play it again. The series is over.
Maybe it's because you tried streaming it before it was like fully open. Maybe.
Perhaps.
Per squamps.
Don't say that to me.
You excited, Avery?
No.
You excited, Avy?
Never. Do I seem like somebody who gets excited?
Yes. Often. Regularly.
That's insanity.
Without remorse.
I'll have you know, I feel remorse over all of my actions, regardless of what they are.
Mood.
The game crashed again.
Try verifying
Yeah.
files on Steam?
Let's give that a shot. Oh, my camera just died.
Oh. Oh no.
Restart that. Things are going wrong. The universe doesn't like me doing double streams. Okay over there?
Yeah.
Sounds like you're sucking cock.
Don't say that. I was just clicking my tongue.
Jan says, I feel remorse for all my actions, and you actively make fun of the thought line that makes you apologetic in this game. I said I feel remorse. I said I felt remorse. I did not say I felt sorry. Being sorry and being remorseful are two different things. I feel bad. I don't think you should feel better, however. Let's see, how is the verification coming along? They're at 40%. Moving right along, dick-a-dum, moving right along. So, Liz, having a good day? The answer is yes, usually in small talk.
What about big talk?
You can't do big talk, you're small-coded. Minuscule, microscopic, basically atomic, quarkly.
Yet I'm the one who's big on stream.
I'm big.
Oh. Avery Biggery. Smug.
I'm always smug. We're at 7%. 68%. 69%.
But yeah, my day was alright. Just kind of didn't really do much aside from just shoveling snow. Avery. Avery, why are you wiggling your eyebrows?
This current sprite kind of looks like those base stick but not really stick figure modeling sitting down but with big ass legs. I think I don't know, but I think I might have to draw it. That's fair.
What
Liz
is
has the
that?
body type of Among Us.
No.
Liz is Mungus coded.
No, I'm not.
You're some sort of Amongoloid.
A mongoid.
A Mungoid. Man, remember Mung Doll, one of the main characters of the television show Chowder?
Always.
You take the moon, and you take the moon, and you take the moon, and you take the moon. You take the moon, and you take the moon, and you take the moon, and you...
Very entertaining character, very good voice acting. Avery, did you know that their voice actor voices a character in Killing Floor 2?
Really? Does their character voice the one with the gas mask?
No. It's the Reverend Alberts, I think his name is, in Killing Floor 2. It's very obvious whenever you take fire damage because when they scream, it's literally just Mung Doll. What are you doing?
I don't know. You're just gonna making faces. The thing loaded. Okay, Disco Elysium, open up. Please function this time. Come on in, your brain of Mason Bacon. Metal wire, come on in. You take the moon and you take the sun. If you talk shit, you're gonna get the gun. Now the animator's gonna have to draw all this fire.
Oh, there's a version of that meme.
This is a good face. We're in top chat. We're supposed to be in live chat. Skip it, dip a dee dee dee. All of Steam just crashed.
Oh no.
Are we gonna have to miss another disc stream? Please work. Have reopened Steam. I have a gift in my gift inventory. No. Accept that gift. Okay.
Okay, I found it.
Let me try running the game again. I really wish I had a cuppa. That crashed my VC face a second time. I'm gonna wait till the game to see if the game opens up, and then I'm gonna try to do the thing. Pop. Come on in, if you're ready to take some looking. Stay a while, 'cause something's always cooking. Come on in, if you're ready to do some looking. Stay a while, 'cause something's always cooking. In.
Here you go, Avery. I would quote it, but that's not the kind of thing you quote on a stream.
Let me see what we got going on here. I have a message from... You take the moon and you take the sun. I harass women and minorities just for fun.
Avery, no.
I would never say that live on the air. You know better. Okay, the game actually opened. We will be able to play this game.
Yes.
I was so looking forward to not having to do a double stream. I'm kidding. I'm looking forward to this. We get to investigate ghosts, ghouls, goblins even.
Oh, did you access the commercial area?
What?
Behind the hidden room, the bookstore.
I haven't entered it yet, but I hope I got there. You
said you were going to investigate ghosts and stuff, so I figured you got toward the place that was spooky.
I finished it, figured out how to send it on bluesky. Okay, so I've been sent something on bluesky. Let me check my bluesky real quick.
I said it because I did have the stream tab still open when I left, so I did see you going to talk to Plaisance. What?
I mean, I suppose that's basically the same. Looks about right.
Quick, Avery, show them the whole sprite for a single second. Yeah. Why am I at the bottom of the screen now?
Because you've earned this life. You've earned this life.
No.
I earned my life. I earned my life. I learned it from my father and I tell it to my wife. Jesus Christ, you better learn how to forage. Utilities and mortgage are all that will survive. Investigate commercial area. People say the commercial building on the plaza is cursed. No business will thrive there without going bankrupt. I promise they should look into it.
You're not streaming the game.
Well, maybe you don't deserve to see the game. Have you thought about that? Garbanzo bean?
Yeah, Garbanzo bean. Plus, you're not showing it
You're
on
alive
the
and well.
stream.
Don't keep me
YouTube
waiting
either.
now. What's in there?
You really gotta nitpick everything, huh?
Also, can you hear me just fine over the game audio?
Yeah, I could hear you. Hold on, I haven't actually done anything yet. I just want to ask you questions.
What about?
Let us investigate.
Is your in-game music still
a
super
set
low
of tattered
since last
curtains
time?
blocking the way to another room.
Kind of low, but it's not a big deal.
Cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
You can turn it up. I can just speak up instead of mumbling like I was earlier. If you want to hear the music. Whoa.
Pull the curtains open.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
Dinner pleasant as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. Vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Yo.
Can you hear me over game music?
Yes.
Nice. The Gemrock Shuffle.
We gotta get the Jamrock Shuffle. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of Superstar. Because if we're gonna be any cop, we're gonna be the cop of the apocalypse, right?
You sure?
Why would I not? Because cop of the apocalypse is the least common one that people choose.
Well, yeah, but what do you personally vibe with?
Cop of the apocalypse.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure if that's like something you're genuinely going with or something you're just going with because it's less common.
Those are the same thing. My mental neuroses make it the thing I want to do.
Okay. I'm not judging, not criticizing. You could also raise skill points.
No. That's not happening.
You could also raise skill points.
You think I give a shit about these? They're nothing to me. How about this? Once I have like a cajillion white checks I need to pass, then I'll start considering those so then I can unlock a bunch of them at once for efficiency. You can't argue with that logic now, can you?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Knock on the door.
Only an echo. No one is there. A hollowed out, dark echo.
Thanks, perception.
I love that you get a +1 for breaking into other doors.
Should I do it? You know, the way I see it, this is a challenging 12. Like,
I'm curious if the game will acknowledge you breaking it down despite having a key.
because like, yeah, it's a challenging 12 thing. People don't normally go down the red path, in my opinion. Like, as stated, people always are going to go down either the logic or emotional routes on their first playthrough, I think. But, so I think a lot of people aren't going to ever either do this check out of just pure willingness or out of insanity, or they'll not have enough points to actually succeed at it. So we gotta do it.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the doorframe. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Smash the door again, wordless. Smash the door again and shout, "Welcome to Revachol." Smash the door and shout, "Fuck the system." Shout into the door and shout, "Freeze, dirtbags." Smash the door and shout, "Hands up now." Smash the door and shout, "Fuck, it hurts." See, this is what I mean. Other people wouldn't have gotten this.
I mean, I remember I failed this check in my playthrough.
Okay, so we're not gonna do it wordless. We gotta shout something. Welcome to Revachol sounds like a a fascist answer. Fuck the system.
That is the racist slogan.
Fuck the system is the communist answer. Freeze dirtbags and hands up now, because like that's either one of those is the cop answer.
One of those is the slop answer.
Fuck it hurts is a really good answer, to be honest. Like, if we want to be the law, hands up now might get us some points with Kim Kitsuragi.
Give it. Or whatever you think is funnier.
Because, like, as far as we know, somebody is lingering here, is loitering in this building.
Lingering.
There was a thought in my head. I'm trying to rein it back into the active zone of my brain, back into the consciousness.
Somebody is linger beaning here.
What the fuck did you just say?
Linger bean.
You I was like reeling in this line of thought, and you walked up with a pair of shears and cut my hands off.
I'm sorry.
It's gone now. It's out at sea. Like there's not even a trace of what I was trying to think of anymore, and I'm blaming you. Oh yeah, that's what I remember now. I managed to bring it back in with my sultry tones. I remember when I was looking at the achievements for trying to see the 4 cop options and see which one is the most popular. I saw like the most like one of the highest gotten achievements was getting high honor with Kim. You get a good cop, like a lot of good cop. It's like, I see that's something I don't have. Hands up now.
Flop.
Bent metal, broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Gaze upon me, stuff and despair!
Kudos.
Anti-object task force! Oh, Kim wants to talk.
What is this place?
It's an adventure. It's the Netherworld, beyond the veil. Looks like a gym to me. Yeah, but my head hurts. My head hurts bad. I think it might be the Artemeps Boxing Club for young athletes. We read the sign.
I think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason no one is here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
I like how in this universe people don't say supernatural, they say supra.
Anti-object task force. -2 pain threshold. Hurts! Take a look at your hands. See how bruised they are? See those little scars? This is Exhibit A. The material world is holding you back. Containers, mailboxes, doors, chairs. They are all your enemies, always have been. Atoms themselves are in on the conspiracy, forming shapes and structures that you hate. You are energy stuck in a body. You are spirit trapped in matter. Break free, beat up that lamppost, let it know how much objects suck. We are 100% getting this thought.
I think you punching the tree earlier might have contributed to this.
And kicking that mailbox.
Because I never got this thought in my playthrough. I think you can safely put away the bag, yeah. This is like one of the only places where the flashlight, like, is mandatory.
Sand is dripping from a punching bag. Shot put ball. Push says Situus, Fortis, the rest is worn off. Oh, it's looking safe. Smells like leather and sweat.
Swint.
Laser blank shot put, a favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. I feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. You talk to those other people about it. The old men. Playing a lot of games about solving crimes.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. Why does it feel so familiar?
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. A memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
Head hurts. Coach physical instrument, however.
Low because you slammed the door.
Okay.
Uh,
Let's see what outfits we have.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of stuff to boost physical instrument.
Physical instrument, physical instrument, physical instrument. White tank top.
More like white stank top.
Instrument, physical instrument. No. Physical instrument, physical instrument, physical instrument. This is just a better option. Physical instrument, physical instrument. Wow, you have a lot of things to boost physical instruments, don't you? Yeah, thanks.
Apologies, I could have sworn you did. I'm sorry.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its
Look.
master.
That is about it's over a quarter chance, and it's less than 3/10 chance, so I have a chance. And it's called, we win these.
You have a squint. Damn it.
You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat.
Dang.
Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form. See? See? This place is cursed.
Seems like I'm a little out of shape, or maybe these gloves just suck.
Proper weightlifting gloves would definitely afford a better grip.
Wait. Maybe the game will let
The
you.
barbell waits patiently on the floor. Like
Hell yeah! Yeah!
Hella.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
I'm a true champion. Or, oh yeah. I'm a true champion. I got a morale.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
Shut up!
Good technique.
Nods with approval. Well, that's a fun interaction I'm sure a lot of people don't get. And that's why physical's the best.
I also was not strong enough to do that in my playthrough.
All of you people are weak! My Harry Dubois is a shredded, swole, buff beefcake of a man! Yeah, he's a little round around the middle, but that's hiding the 9-pack he's got going on.
Avery,
Oh, hi.
I hoist you up. Well, I carried it with the weight.
You would not do that. You do not have the physical means to do that. You are weak.
I hoist you up and yell that I'm a true champion before throwing you onto the floor.
Always blocked by old window panes and debris. It is weird that the screen kind of like blurred inwards for like a moment there when I took the bar up. I wonder what that was about.
Oh, the game does that whenever time stops.
Oh.
Yes?
Avery, what if you were looking through here and you found a
All animals
Cretanni?
in the dark stuff mountain. Poor animals, no rest of their bodies after death. What was that?
I said, what if you look into this building and you found a Cretanni?
Makes sense. Large demijohn full of strange liquid.
What do you mean makes sense?
Cretannis love to be places that are dark and damp. Airship rotors covered in spiderwebs. They remind you of blades.
What's that supposed to mean, Avery?
Mannequins. A naked mannequin torso. Strange yellow color.
Moan.
Blue velvet, soft to the touch. Moth bitten. Skis with slipstream painted on the laminated top layer. Steel rotor blades bearing a slipstream logo. Production schedule filament memory. The cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand. Its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the note reads, Production schedule. Note, this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. We know where to find one of those.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles,
Look at this
sketches,
dude.
and schemes, like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Check the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune Out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. The full text reads, Heat Death of the Universe is the new black. Another note says, the biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s.
They were designing a role-playing game.
A role-playing game.
Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise.
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly
That's
calendar
freedom
from the
method.
year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Everyone is constantly teetering on the edge of the abyss, an abyss of production. These squares look orderly, but beneath them is chaos, worry, pain.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
This is a monthly count from the year 50. Critic words like sprint, daily minimum, and GPI span the marker drawn grid, the grand scheme of production money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Everyone is constantly teetering on the edge, and the these squares look orderly, beneath them is chaos, worry, pain. As time goes round, there's an empty snowflake. I
Looks
see.
like they didn't make it.
It looks like frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Like
The
photos.
photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees groaning under the snow.
I see.
Entire
see.
oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much needed respite from our own world.
You were nearly a normal, reaction there, electrochemistry. You didn't need to mention morphine. If you just said, it's like eggnog, a much needed respite to our own world, I would have totally understood you, 100%. Eggnog brings me somewhere else. I need to make eggnog. I should have eggnog. I should make eggnog.
Eggnog
A
is
pinned
really
postcard
good.
reads,
Eggnog is so good, and I learned Mako's never had it before.
for geothermal
What?
energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun,
I was
drifting through the universe.
The pin postcard reads the heat death scenario, a disparate flight for a geothermal energy engulfs the world, and the world becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through. Nifty. I wanted to get Mako eggnog while I was on the vacation, but I couldn't find any. None of the places we went to sold it. It was so annoying. He'd never tried it, and I was explaining to him. He was like, "I don't like the eggs," and I'm like, "It doesn't taste like eggs. It tastes like thick milk."
Yeah, I hate that eggnog is only sold at Christmas time.
Yeah, there's no reason for it. Eggs are sold year-round. Milk is sold year-round. The ingredients are right there. You could just make it at home, really.
It's so good.
It's so good. That and apple cider, but I'm worried about drinking apple cider because I'm allergic to apples now.
Aww.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic.
Ooh.
Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin. And even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind?
So they were trying to make a TTRPG. They got their references, they designed their ideas, they had their slogans. Because, the setting is a place called Wirral. It is a planet that lost its orbit from its sun and is drifting off into space into the coldness of it. And it's basically survival in that kind of environment. That's nifty.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That's a cool idea for a TTRPG setting. I can see that they didn't pan out, though. This schedule gives me a cold, reflection of the average, TTRPG scheduling, where it's at first it's pretty good, and things are, nice and orderly, but as time goes on, people can't make it, these things happen, and eventually... chaos.
Yeah.
One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Is he having the Welkin?
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend this much time on this? Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. One of them is a Welkin supremacist!
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Kind of nods the Welkin's facial hair. Who are these creatures?
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Concept art's great. I love making concept art. I like the Remy concepts I drew. Why did anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
Jeez, I wonder if this is, like, reminiscent of the fact that this entire setting is based on a world developed for a TTRPG. It's a bit educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much
Speaking of
effort.
building a world, I should
And for what?
toss
Oh,
something at
God.
you later. Avo.
Gay.
A dusty radio computer sleeps on its wired frame, forgotten and unused.
Noted.
Its keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still
I've been-
hangs from the printer.
Another
I've been
radio
thinking
computer.
of like
Just sitting here without
sci-fi
anyone
setting
inside.
things again.
I do like sci-fi settings. Do you think I should turn it on?
It's your call. You're in charge of this expedition, officer.
Turn the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Inside the
It's
compartment.
empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
Press play.
Nothing happens.
I take Creed's brood.
Play again.
Nothing happens.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
I'm not going to insert the production schedule because I want to try to use that at the other radio computer. Because I have the concern that if we try to use it, we're going to fuck it up.
That's valid. Creed
This old fireplace
Yo.
is covered in lines
Takes your
drawn in
brood.
blue and red marker.
Takes my
The
what?
mesh spreading over the
Your
stone
brood.
like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
My groove?
takes your brood.
My brood? I don't
Yeah.
have a brood.
Yeah,
I
you
have
do.
a crude.
You have Cretinis.
Those
Those are
aren't
your
my offspring. My elbow started hurting. Turn on that. Greasy fireplace. This little fireplace is covered in lines drawing a blue red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. Looks ghostly and strangulation.
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
I think it was something medical here. It's supposed to be an elaborate piece of art. Of course, news the anatomy of the curse.
Perhaps. The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Looks like a surveillance program.
Wait, who's the Game Master?
Someone very important.
Again, who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Ilmara.
So, they are playing long distance.
Yeah.
They were playing their TTRPG over the radio.
Yeah.
To contact across entire, worlds, the Isolas. That's nifty. Because, given our computers, they had to, radio in on everyone.
All of this is gone, left unrealized.
My god. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
This is
This
such
old
a cool,
fireplace is
cool area in the game.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It's obvious. This is what remains of Suna's radio game studio Fortress accident. Then try to exercise the cursing technology. It's an undercover counterintelligence program. It's a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making? Probably this, then.
Yeah, because remember
Yes, I got
Suna was
that.
talking about a
What I meant
failed
was, what were
project.
they trying to achieve with this damn game? What were their ambitions? Because this here looks rather advanced.
He has respect and curiosity for this failed endeavor. This is way above your tiny little policeman head.
Conceptualization, no! How could this happen to me? I made my mistake, but nowhere to run.
Okay, well, I think it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master Frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with heat death thrown in.
Everyone loves heat death.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
They were insane if they thought they could do this. It was just a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. The curse got them another way. Well, this would keep it company. Let's finish it.
it's too late for that, I'm afraid.
He says, looking around the derelict room, the pipes howl, and a rat crashes on the floor.
A half smile breaks out on his face.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Good cop, bad cop 9! I gotta check. Yeah, I'm not wearing any of my conceptualization gear. I gotta put my conceptualization outfit back on. My fit. Where's my fit?
Why?
Where's my fit?
What? Why is it that, like, for the past couple streams, Rubrum doesn't say anything besides that?
Ruben's just a weird person. We tend to ignore that. There we go. Looking pretty spiffy. What are my glasses? What do I have about glasses? +1 drama. +1 logic.
Looking pretty spiffy. Looking pretty siggy.
Necktie, shoes. What are my shoe options? Composure, less savoir-faire, more perception. I'll leave it as is. Scribble across the notebook. Developers the most advanced RPG in the universe.
Magnesium.
Twin house from the coal chute above. Bear.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper carnivore. Be careful.
A
What is this?
hyper carnivore.
Hyper carnivore. I can relate. What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator.
Bear fridge.
The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Ken. It's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
Slices his hand. His face bathed in the horse light of the open fridge door.
Let's take a look inside.
Who's their
The
fridge?
shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
The ice cream wrappers are in there.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
What is the giant bear-shaped fridge doing in Bennett's cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Reach for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light.
Somewhere in the past, it's summer. 5-year-old Fifette lets go of her mother's hand, change jingling in her pockets as she hops towards the ice cream stand right across the plaza.
Somewhere. I like that it's somewhere in the past.
E.
I don't know which one of these is the Shivers one.
Shivers. I don't know. I never really had like super high shivers in my playthrough. Which
I
is
know.
a damn shame.
When you did this, did you get to this part?
Yeah.
Do you know what options you had here?
Well, no, I didn't get the shivers poppin', no.
Try to ask for this hyper carnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points to the red snaky kale running from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Good question.
Somewhere in the past,
She was cold
as she
station.
makes her way to the market store,
I see.
the girl starts crying. A ferocious ice bear is guarding the fridge, its paws raised to ward off any potential customers. Her mother rushes to soothe her, but Fifette doesn't want ice cream anymore. She just wants to go home. The ice bear stares at them as they leave the plaza. A gust of wind flies one of the wrappers right past the sobbing girl.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse?
The fridge buzzes.
Unfortunate.
I think those people are pussies. I totally eat ice cream from a giant spooky bear.
Handwritten note you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some marks of the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure to the refrigerator door.
Avery,
Ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. What's up?
would you take ice cream from an ice bear?
Yes. The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Wait a minute, that's still running.
Oh, you can heal your health.
Insane mesh tank top. Intercom wires running to a breaker box. Where'd you even get that one? No, really, who put that in that drawer? No further comments. Wear it at your own risk. Clinically insane. Interact.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
Lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
I wonder who wrote that note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis. Looks like someone from that
Because it's the
radio
entity.
game. That's implausible. Looks like someone
Just
from
in the room.
The lieutenant nods.
Again, what's a filament
It
memory?
belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right?
What made you
Like
think
one
I
of
know what
the
a disco is?
Only for a computer.
Also, hello Yarrow and Gigadonk99.
It's like the production schedule you found.
Gigadonk.
Only this one's an off-site copy.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
You mean Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter. Really?
No idea
I'm
at all.
placing my bets on a certain red-hat miscreant we met before. He'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
I wonder what happens if you got to this point but never actually talked to Kuno. Because there's no requirement to talk to Kuno to get to this point in the game. You just need to be able to convince Plaisance you're allowed into the back of the building. So I'm genuinely curious, like, if what Kim's view if you don't know who Kuno is.
I don't know. I assume it's
You
somewhere
know.
close to the ice bear fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
Go away. Now that's a look. Now that's a look. Unfortunately, I'm putting my ass-kicking outfit back on.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Swooson down here. Two rescue rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable.
Rumsty.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we? Look around the secret room.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Cache? It's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting.
Cache.
Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles, Kim.
Are these any good?
With rifles.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing. It's
Love a good bolt action.
An old bell
Eyes are
McGrady.
gleaming. Seems to no longer be functional, but it's a beautiful thing. What does this mean? A rifle here.
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say.
Goodest of the
Returns
good
from the
cops!
future.
I got the achievement goodest of the good cops! Level 10 in having Kim like me, because I got a cool gun.
He likes this find.
She likes the gun. Someone stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling.
Now quick. Inspect the gun.
That is a funky looking gun.
Oh yeah, all the gun designs in this game are very funky looking.
It's like, wouldn't that be really annoying? Because like, the part that's bracing against your shoulder is mostly gonna be up here, but the recoil is pushing that way, but the frame is down here, meaning that wouldn't it be like trying to compress these two sides together while this part takes like the brunt of it by like bending in a not straight way?
There are some like firearms out there with stocks that kind of look like that, so it's not too crazy.
Broken Bell McGraw from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. I can finally pull the glick on somebody. Well, it's collapsed. It's inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
And what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying, or what's producing them.
It's weird that that is the success.
What are you doing?
I hear the murderer of the hanged man talking. Not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
It's dark and the echo...
What are you doing?
Maybe it's the entity.
Wait, really? Take your head out of the chimney, please. It's not safe.
This sounded real, not imagined.
Thanks, Volition.
It's dark, the echo.
What are you doing?
You're the murder of the hangman talking.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Smear your hands with coal.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Hadramut Karzai! Smear your cheeks with black with coal.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling
Hell
stories
yeah.
of a wild soul.
What are you doing?
I'm the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmarian warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it.
We win these!
You can feel your cheeks turn red
Damn it.
under the lieutenant's gaze. You look like a kid, not a police officer. Even the war paint can't conceal the embarrassment.
Might be clean.
Thank you. So, where were we?
I can't repeat it, but it's annoying because I have -2 authority because of my outfit. I knew I should have put on a different shirt.
The umbrella
Layer
man
of coal,
shirt
a
is
lush
kind of
layer
bad,
of
but
coal. You
minus
feel
the
the spirit
authority.
of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad.
And that was a red check,
pulsing
wasn't it?
through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Let's try it again, see if it somehow lets you do it again.
3 dangerous.
What are you doing? Please wipe your...
No, you're a
Thank you. So, where were we?
Yeah, that was a red check. I should have. If I didn't realize that I could do it again by just wiping it then going back.
Maybe take off the Hyamdela man shirt, since it is -2 to his skill is kind of bad.
But it gives me physical instrument and shivers. Okay, what else do we have for a possible shirt? Conceptualization, less suggestion, rhetoric, empathy. Drama. That's fine for now.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes. But what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world, I mean?
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
Hold on, is architecture also art?
Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever
A
they
sextant!
You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
Just insult architects in the process.
It's
Music.
autism.
Wait, what about music? Is it art?
Only the most experimental kind.
Architecture is autism. I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half
What?
art critic, half cop.
But don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all that? Okay, 50% art critic is what needed to free me from the rote repetition, so be it. There's another cop diversion at this point. Go.
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
people be like, oh, Superstar Cop, Apocalypse Cop, Sorry Cop, Boring Cop, what about Art Cop?
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, Art Cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
You did it, Avery. You found the secret 5th copper type.
Actual art degree? Yeah, it's another cop type. The worst one. The most savage and brutal. The art cop. Nothing is good enough for him. Everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go.
-1 perception. Can't even look at this shit.
The secret 5th Kappa type. The actual art degree.
I remember seeing a Reddit post on the Disco Elysium subreddit where somebody had 1 perception and started internalizing actual art degree and soft lock themselves because having negative perception meant they couldn't even perceive the ability to enter their apartment door at night.
Huh. I guess they didn't think of that one, devs. Fools that they are. Yeah, I guess... I need to check. I need to check something real quick.
Also, are you glad I told you to take off the Hyamdallar Man shirt?
Yes.
I did not realize that would you putting on the shirt would somehow activate that thought.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just checking something. Just checking something. Just checking something. Got it.
Is it raining outside? Avery, what has weather been lately?
Oh, you know.
I'm just very confused at it, like, being almost 0 yesterday, and today it's warm enough to rain. What a weird fucking winter.
Okay, I have the achievement for this one. El Capo del Art. Say 5 art cop lines. And apparently it is more popular, is more commonly got than Superstar even. Wild.
Really?
Yeah, because I guess it's only because you need 5. It's 5 art cop lines. It's 7 Superstar lines. It is 7 boring. 8 apocalypse. And then there's the other one. The Sorry Cop, which I think is 10. Yeah, like, Apocalypse is significantly lower on that list than all of these. I guess Art Cop has actually found a lot. I guess it makes sense because, like, as stated, most people who play this are going to either go blue or purple for their stat. They're either going to try to solve this emotionally or logically. They're not going to be doing the physical one. And so if people are going to have a high intelligence score, they're most likely going to get the conceptualization pick regardless. Because they just need to have enough conceptualization for it. I heard. Maybe it's the little enemy. Pleasant said it lives in the chimney.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected, but malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Then what was the chatter you heard?
Kick it with your foot.
A hollow ring echoes through the furnace.
Oh.
Your toe hurts.
Knight to kick the furnace! Called Slipstream SCA again.
Oh, remember that was the at the doorbell thing. That was the one that was playing the weird
Yeah.
voice that sounded like it was coming from another like time.
I like that this is a high 92%. Let's signed it.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
You hear a woman's voice answer.
you've awakened the entity. And it's a woman. Of course. The malicious entities are always women.
This is the police? Who is there? I summon the ghost of the Doom commercial hub, now begone, vile succubus. Hello? Are you there? Speak to me?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
I like that kicking it with your foot gave a +1.
The Jamrock shuffle. In a way, yes, you are treasure hunting. Most officers from Precinct 41 do what is called the Jamrock Shuffle, cracking open containers. Most of them are from Jamrock or Coal City, the poorest parts of Revachol, that also overlap with the network of royal catacombs called lvoe, just beneath the streets. As children, you would all go underground, hoping to find treasure, and come back with a rat's tail or a used needle. That playful curiosity must still be in you. Who knows, maybe one day the Orbe de Montagne, the Holy Scepter, and the Cocaine Skull will all be yours.
Find better loot and lock containers. Nice. I need the anti-object task force.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Fiber are not strong enough.
Oh, I don't think you're going to be getting it with a -20.
That's what you think.
That's what I think.
We just have to not use the tool.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine.
It's not even
It
a
has
check!
a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to
Shut
the tools
up!
tab in your inventory. From there,
That. The pry
This
bar.
orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine.
Now-
A hand-cranked ice cream
-20.
churner on top.
I
and
know
an
it
electric
says
freezer that
minus
appears to be
20,
Frozen shut.
but double sixes always win. Double sixes always win.
Jade insane, we can save scum this.
This orange
Imagine if you
machine
get on
is
the
buzzing.
first
The
try.
ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
What is this?
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Advanced? Where do I get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker. Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Unplug the giant red cable.
An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Maybe unplugging the ice
The
cream
bear's
machine
eyes
to make it
are
easier?
dead and empty. The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
Congratulations, Avery. You're now saving somebody an electric bill.
Yeah.
Whoever was even paying for this building to still be, like, lit up. Yeah, that's where those stairs lead. Were you, gonna
Why?
try and plug in the other thing?
I guess I could, but that seems like a silly idea. What if I
Yeah.
wanted to be
Only
frozen?
the black cable is plugged
Yeah,
into
you're
the break.
silly.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
Because it's black, the color of immeasurable cosmos.
I do things without any reason.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing. Somewhere, a machine hums up something close.
Why did you do that?
It's black, it's not like it's the red one.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. Somewhere, a machine, something close.
Why did you do that?
I don't know why I'm playing. I do things for without any
The
reason.
lieutenant raises his brows, but somewhere in an electric sizzle, the room is slightly quiet. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner
We-
and an electric
mine
freezer.
is
The
funny.
ice
We
around
win
is
these!
slowly melting. The ice squeaks beneath the. You see the.
Yeah, well, I have no...
Sooner or later, you will stumble.
Wait, what about turn the ice cream crank?
I feel that will break it.
Oh.
There's a, like, fragile glass object in there, Liz. I'm not gonna fucking turn the ice cream crank on it.
Avery
What?
gives you ice cream.
What's her? La Delta 51.
Hey, money.
Sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes. Overhead, the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist, vaporizing from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. Floorboards creak. Thanks? Shoes in a puddle of melting snow.
To your right. There you go.
Trays full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. A dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice.
Nice.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Novelty Dice Maker. A bird-like woman sits on the throne of tools, with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my milius.
Milieus, you say?
Video.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
Hold on, what do you mean by milieus?
Yes, a milieu is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
A milieu, is the French word for basically like a social situation.
Video.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have been confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on the window.
And how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
We're asking no dice.
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with her ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong.
Sure, I like role-playing games. I need some dice. Answers. Sure, I like role-playing games. I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
They're covered in rosy precious stones and minerals.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites.
Nifty.
This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
How'd you go to Dice Maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
I would like custom dice. Why don't they make Creed dice?
Some of my friends were role players. They
Creed dice.
asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
They should make Creed dice with like octopus and button theming.
Good.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
How did I? Some of my friends, I've grown crafty over the years. You'll like your dice if you get them from me. Be sure of it.
I'd like to order a die from you.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Do you know the Whirl Untethered setting?
Ah, yes. Fortress Accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Whirl Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plants, it uses motives of ice and death. And loss, of course.
Ah, loss. Line, sideways line.
Dark.
Ice, death, loss. Sounds like you.
Shut up, conceptualization!
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
What's a standard role-playing die?
It's an icositetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die with a single roll. Technically, you can also use it for many other sizes, but you may need to reroll results.
That is nifty. Why don't we use an icositetrahedron? The answer is because that an icositetrahedron is not a regular polyhedra, and therefore should not be balanced to be on all sides. Some of the sides would have to be smaller than the others, and therefore would not roll fairly.
Oh. What about a D100?
A D100 is also not a regular polyhedra.
I just say it because it's an Isaac item.
Yeah, it's also a real-life object.
Oh.
The D1, the D2, the D3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 16, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200 are all dices that actually exist.
What
What's
about
up,
the
Epic?
D,
What
the
going?
D Nifty?
That's not a number.
Yeah.
Why do you have to cast in resin?
Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something hard like resin though, and voila, it's perfect.
We should get a different die.
Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
Go on.
I really like the theme that plays when you talk to this NPC.
Do you have any cursed dice?
What do you mean by cursed?
Abracadabra perished like this world.
Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed die. Maybe you have... What do you mean by...
First, like the commercial
Alright,
area.
how about I surprise... Maybe you have some other ideas for
Like your
dice?
most extraordinary
A
die.
star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure?
As a superstar, the superstar don't care about money.
Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 100-sided dice, made of ivory and inlaid with lodestone, a naturally occurring magnet, to complement your magnetic personality?
Okay, you really shouldn't be putting magnets inside of dice. People are not cool with that. Oh yeah, 100-sided die.
10 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours.
Do dice even roll properly?
It's true, magnetic dice are definitely different. When rolled together, the magnetic fields of the pips interact with each other to push and pull on each other as they're rolled, just like all magnetic personalities do.
I need to think about it first.
Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
I'm not gonna say this because it's apologizing. Just a normal die for me, please. Very regular.
A normal die? I'm a novelty dice maker. I don't make normal dice. Polyhedral dice. Dice that have more than 4 sides. Octahedrons, trapezohedrons, dodecahedrons. But also barrel dice and teetotum balls.
Teetotum. Penn says, when are you going to give Liz the muck treatment? I have no control over Liz's body type.
Come on now.
I think
Be
you
a
do.
little creative.
Where's going to help with my work?
I think I have just the right one for you.
He opens the dropper for work desk and takes something out. 2 polyhedrons, red and blue, are cradled in her palm.
Police colors.
Because I'm a police officer, right?
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
Nail it!
Mr. Smooth Moves. You slice the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
Wink at the dice maker. Say nothing. Act like you've done this 1,000 times. Wink at the dice maker. Come on.
Oh, what are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the inverse. I believe these dice are your lucky charm, officer.
2 polyhedrons. I'm assuming, I'm just gonna give a wild guess that they're probably D6s? Because that would line up with the fact that all the rolls in this game are 2d6.
She winked back at you. Can you believe it? You truly are
Yeah!
Mr. Smooth Moves.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else?
I'd like to order a die from you.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Sure. I don't know. Whirl Untethered. We can get dice from the dead game. It would be a cool gift for Kim. Kim would love it.
Ah, yes. Fortress accident. It's too bad they never finished their game.
What are you saying, Liz?
I said do it.
The weird.
Ice.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone.
It's a
Dressed in
deal.
Black resin. Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
Hey, Avery.
Hello.
Speaking of Fortress Accident, do you want to know? So you know the company that made this game is called Zaum, right?
Yeah?
Do you know what they were called before they were called Zaum?
Castle Incident.
No, they were called Fortress Occident.
I see. I squee. What do you know about the man who was listed behind Whirling Rags? That's cool to have
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Like an in-universe version of yourself. Fortress Accident 2. What's Chapin saying? One-sided dice, but it's actually 2 dice glued together on one side, so it's a 20 no matter what. We always wink. It'd be funny if it affected your rolls. It would be funny if it like just gave an added bonus to all your rolls. I don't think Creed can't. Liz was the one who made the change and used Doc's Bros, so it's can only get as big as Doc's got. Remember Doc's got.
Oh yeah, Jaden. This sprite was made just by taking Dox's and like resizing the chest till it fit my sprite. I do not have artistic talent.
Don't say that. You just need practice.
And for the record, I did do it with permission. I didn't I asked them before I did it. Penrose, I cannot do the same with the large muck because the sprite is pixel art, and it would look strange. Like pixel art with drawn art.
Penn says that one-sided die. One-sided dies do exist. They look like Mobius strips.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw one once. It's a little Mobius ring with just a 1 on it. There's also one that is basically it's a sort of oblong ball, so that it always rolls to end with the 1 pip lining up on the top of it.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here.
Shut up, Inland Empire! Every minute you say something is a minute closer to me putting on a minus Inland Empire outfit.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then, the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, Detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids, and lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
Inland Empire is too unfocused sometimes, Jaden. That's my issue with them.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
Well, because yeah, Inland Empire is kind of like Harry's subconscious, which can be all over the fucking place.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Never took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
You often work on Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
Let's see the
She
ingredients.
nods.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we on? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
It looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Oh no! When it said that they were like trying to hear up the chimney, they couldn't make out what was being said because of the echo. Wouldn't that have sound like multiple people, not one person? Or is that just the echo making it sound like multiple people?
I think it might have just been the echo.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
He looks to the other spacious room, the ceiling fading in shadows above. I've heard this place cursed. Did you know that people call it the Doom commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance the one who sent me. She's convinced the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
If the bookstore isn't doing that well, there are hardly any customers. She has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
It's a different building, so the malicious energy can't reach there. The whirling rate is doing well. Its wages just took off and customers having trouble paying bills. I kind of want to say that one.
And then there is me.
All the souls that lie scattered there, from knives to carving files and to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you. I'll be the first to admit, there are many inconsistencies in this so-called curse. Pleasant thinks it's because you're the source of a malignant entity.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity.
Half-Light.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I think it might be you that's causing this. Narrow your eyes, very mysteriously. I can't save. Do I do this? Do I send it? This is absolutely deranged. I don't want to be mean to the dice maker.
It would be mean.
I'm starting to see that there's no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. But at the same time, like, no one's gonna ever get this because no one is, first of all, deranged enough to choose that as an answer, and also has enough Inland Empire and Half-Light to be able to get that. I don't want to be mean to the dice maker.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
And how do the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Rats scuttle in the dark rooms, under the abandoned blow dryers and dusty mannequins. Cobwebs cover rotors and radio computers alike. So much failure.
There used to be a hair salon here.
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
As someone who enjoys things that are androgynous and genderless, I can understand why people in the past were afraid.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you.
Shut the fuck up, physical instrument.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
Thank you, conceptualization. I would never let anyone touch anyone androgynous touch my hair, not even if my life depended on it. Sort of a bit of experiment. They should have been more open-minded.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
What happened to the
It
gym?
wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard
Jamsk.
he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
He's sort of the king around here. Indeed. Who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. Oh yes, I think it would take more. Kuno. Oh yes, you mean I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
Judging from the kids I met so far, it didn't really work, did it?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
Shut the fuck up, electrochemistry!
You should have known it.
Eventually, the coalition
wonderful
took away the
prediction.
funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
Look at the broken windows.
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
What's a snuff milieu?
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
What does she mean, to get off on it?
I'm glad electrochemistry is also confused by this!
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
What does the insane clown posse have to do with this?
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. Oh, they turns out, and they never clean. Yeah, don't.
Someone here makes stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs exactly?
I needed to know what drugs he was doing for my report. I'll let it pass.
Anything else?
Ah,
You
fuck.
mean
But
he got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals? I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Eventually, they caused him to lose control of his bladder. The smell was awful.
even you can probably do better than that. You could
Shut up,
only see
electrochemistry.
A small, sickly old man hunched behind his work desk, his pants stained with old piss, stuffing a sad, stiff-legged raccoon dog. The entire scene looks tragic.
Thank you, Empathy, for being reasonable about this. I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists? I kind of want to take a picture of this and just send it to Mako unprompted. I didn't know insects had any rights or activists.
Yeah, the Attila didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I'm glad that someone took care of the little guys. I like insects. But insects don't have any brains or feelings. You know, making clothes out of beetle wings is a terrible idea.
Screenshot the first one, send that to Mako.
Really? Anyway.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
Really?
What?
There used to be a fashion
I'm
atelier
learning.
here. The atelier produced a certain collection. And you know, and, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen. At least it had some spark to it. Most young designers just combine lace with leather and call it original.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
Anything else? There used to be a fashion and you know, and naturally. Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took it a little too far.
As she shifts around, you notice several...
Anything else?
That is an interesting thing that we got, like, that they said that bugs are related to the case somehow. I'm like, normally the game... I feel like the game does not do that unless it's actually foreshadowing something. So I think bugs might have something to do with this case. I don't know how they do. I think Liz might be confused about this as well. But I bet bugs are involved in this case somehow.
Bugs.
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What do these transitions
The
say?
usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
We should make a sword out of one.
They were made by... Honestly, I think it's...
That's like a
quite
random
funny.
companies buying like that. Let's
I'm
even arrested.
sure it's illegal, but it's not exactly anything extraordinary in business. Besides, Slipstream is history now. All their remain...
Maybe you could make a sword out of one.
What a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
We were liberal. What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks to the hallway so she can hear them chit-chatting behind the curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
What I've seen so far, they probably did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic. and to show up to work on time.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important. Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
Showing up to work on time is incredibly hard. It's too bad. I would have supported them. Great. Right, they should have just tried harder. They had everything needed to succeed.
Still, not everyone is going to make it. That's the nature of the game.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Aww.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else? Fortress?
She liked.
They were they certainly took the usual. Well, they seemed to believe they
We've
were
been on a giant ego
historical.
trip.
That's what I thought. Because when the money in the end, they
She's right. Showing up to work on time.
Yeah, I was
is
part of
hard.
them.
not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The result. The dice.
Anything else? Fortress?
She liked.
They were they certainly the usual. Well, they seemed to be. Yes, in the end.
She's right. Showing up to.
And so is producing something extraordinary.
There's one that shows almost.
Something strains her face before she looks up again.
Anything else?
Different texture, burn the Sarah
Oh
Lord.
boy, the fabled Revoshow ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Alright, what were the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
You mean the person at Freet?
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Fritta does the same thing.
Yeah! What do they expect? 20 cents per hour is dog spam. I'm surprised they showed up at work at all. Poor winning die. How else do you choose people around you? And a point on employing teens. I just want to know, did it work out for the business? And she works at a Freet as a cashier. She's not particularly friendly.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Ravoshow ICT, and they already had the bear.
What about the bear?
The bear.
Didn't work out?
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravoshow ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
I'm sure the bear was doing its best.
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean. He
Okay.
said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherian.
Sounds cool. Scary. But cool.
Megatherian?
Megatherian, a mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
A wise and noble beast.
Shut the fuck
Guiding
up,
you
electrochemistry.
towards the land where the streets are paved. The
I'm ignoring
horrific
you.
necktie tightens around your neck. Strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
Grab your necktie and mumble, "Not now, you beast."
What?
You ever feel like your vision beast is trying to blackmail the fun out of you?
No, officer. I don't have a vision beast. Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermists do.
Of course they don't. I'm a normal person and I don't have a vision beast. What about horrific neckties? Do normal people have horrific neckties?
Neckties? I guess they do sometimes, officer. But I don't understand how it's relevant to our discussion. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Little sparkling embers under the window. Outside it's light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the threat of snow.
Anything else? Another hobo. The place.
Indeed, what were the other ideas?
That was really penned by.
Sounds like Fritta does the same thing.
What do I expect? 20 cents per hour is the dogs pay.
Oh, but they did. They did show up too. And they already had. Of course, eventually, Ravishaw Ice City lost the price war to its rival. Class A 5,000.
The bear was scary. Every time I saw the bear, I felt scared. Like, I couldn't
killed
feel alive
the
anymore.
bear.
The taxidermist who made it said it was
Sounds scary.
What's a vision
an
beast?
imaginary beast that by telling you to do more.
A wise, the horrific necktie.
I don't do
tightens
drugs.
Very good. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen.
Little spark outside it's.
Anything else? Oh boy, the place.
Indeed, what were the other ideas?
Bear.
Of course not. Eventually, Ravishaw Ice City lost
I
the price
killed
war to
the
its rival.
bear.
Class A
It's the market
5,000.
doing its job.
Maybe. Because the taxidermist, he said that the.
Sound scary.
I don't want to hear about bears anymore.
Oh. Anything else? Oh boy, the place.
Indeed,
That was really penned by.
sounds like Fritta does the same thing.
I don't have an opinion on playing teens. No, did it work? It's an award-winning idea. How else do you choose people around you?
Yeah, some people spend their whole lives chasing the hot one. You should have joined the gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the stand, ready to scare off customers and hit on the girls. As if they didn't already have. Of course, eventually, Ravishaw Ice City lost.
I killed the
prize
bear.
war. You did what?
I murdered it with my own bare hands, laid it to rest. It's my trophy now.
Really? You broke it? What a shame. It was a terrifying beast, but I was fond of it. The taxidermist who made it.
Sounds scary.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast. It's an imagine by telling you to do.
A wise, the horrific necktie tightens around.
I don't
your
have a
neck.
comment on drugs.
Strangely,
Understandable. Anyway, now
little outside it's.
anything else? Oh, boy,
Taxidermy
the place.
beast and seller.
Indeed, what were the other?
Of course not. Eventually, Ravishaw Ice City.
I
You
killed the
did
bear.
What?
How to kill the bird and come the
I
bear.
can see. The taxidermist who made
Sounds scary.
Megatherion. It's an by
Had to
telling
kill
A
the
wise and the
kill
horrific
the bear to
necktie
become the
tightens
bear.
around your neck.
What?
Nothing. Conflict goes today.
Right. Anyway,
Little sparkling outside.
anything else? Oh boy, the play
Indeed,
Okay.
what was.
that was written by Mandibu.
Sounds like she really didn't like that. Fritta does
No
the
opinion
same
on playing
thing.
teens.
It didn't. Occasionally, the girls had their friends over, which doubled the amount of hairspray, skin problems, and mood swings behind the counter.
It has been a while since our Ty said something.
And they already had. Of
Didn't work
course
out.
not. Eventually, Ravishaw, you did
Killed the
what?
bear. I unplugged the fridge to help Rochelle City cut the
Ugh.
losses.
Of course, they left it plugged in. Even in death, the bear is costing them money. The taxidermist who made it said it was
Sounds cool. Scary. But cool.
Megatherion. Oh, anything else? Oh, boy, the play.
Indeed. What
Of course not. Eventually, Ravishaw, you did what? Really? You broke the taxi.
sounds scary.
Megatherion. It's an by telling.
A why the horrific.
What? No, office. Normal people don't have vision beasts.
That was a
Only drug
hypothetical
addicts.
question.
Anyway,
Little spark outside.
anything else?
We gotta. I wish there was a faster way to get through all of these so I could look at every piece of dialogue.
You did what? Really? The tax.
Sounds scary.
Megatherion. It's an by telling you.
A why the horrific necktie. Tight.
What? No, of normal people.
Of course they don't.
have
I'm a
vision
normal
beasts.
person with, and I
Only
don't,
drug
and I don't have a
addicts
vision
have
beast.
right. Anyway,
Little spark outside.
anything else? Oh, boy. The place.
Indeed.
Of course not. Eventually, Ravishaw, you did what? Ah, the taxi
Sounds scary.
mega
I think that's everything.
It's an by telling you
Why the horrific necktie tightens around your neck. Strangely excited.
I don't want to do that one, because I don't like
What?
electrochemistry.
know of normal
What about horrific
people with
neckties?
neckties. I guess anyway, now you know the story of the fallen knight.
Little spot outside its light.
Anything else? Another failed
I'm really sorry,
business
but it's not
perhaps?
working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
So you're telling me that the doorbell with an empty name card was yours?
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
They haven't even told us their name yet. Rolling Rags. Is it part of the same building complex?
You could say so. Both houses
Oh,
were built
they-
at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
What?
They did tell you your name.
If the whirling is part
They
of the
did,
same building, then it's
She
part
did
of
say
the
your
dual
name.
commercial
It's,
area.
Huh?
The darkness of this place is there, too.
Say that again? Oh yeah, something. They did say their name.
It was Niha or Neha or something.
I saw a name, East Delta Pinball, on the
Right.
doorbell.
It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, fluorography, trick track, especially pinball.
Trick.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
Why do you hate pinball, Kim? I'm gonna try to call you someone that slips from SEA. Somebody answered.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
First, it wasn't Plaisance. I know her and would have recognized her voice.
Alright, but did this person say anything?
Is they're from Tricentennial Electrics?
Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie.
It was some sort of something else, something eerie.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity. It can't be true. Are you sure it was Slipstream? Tricent it used to be.
No, it was something
Maybe it's a
else.
sort of rare electrical
A
anomaly.
prank is more likely, no? Oh, the kids these days. It can't be. Are you sure it was Tricent? It used to be.
No.
Right, probably
it
just
was
got made
something
fun of.
Oh, the kids these days.
Actually, the Slipstream SEA mystery might just be a recording. I called again later and got exactly the same
Why
message.
would Slipstream SEA have a 100-year-old recording as their doorbell message? Doesn't make any sense. I'm still convinced it was nothing more than some elaborate prank.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
I mean, especially when your information system is based on radio connections.
Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work, but sure. What do you want to know? Sure, I'm listening.
Chat other questions.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Quick, put on all the Shivers gear.
Octahedral dice. Oh, they're D20s. These two 20-sided dice have the colors of a police alarm, bloodstone for red, and lapis lazuli for blue. You roll them and swing your eyes, it looks like you're arriving at the scene. And it's raining. Note, look at the map tab in journal to see which white tricks have opened.
Oh, that improves the damage ledger check.
And the cafeteria window.
Oh, right, I should say,
And the cargo container. And Tommy Laham.
so what the dice do is that each set of dice will randomly add a +1 to, like, a bunch of different skill checks throughout the game.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I should buy all the dice then. I should buy all the dice then. What it sounds like you're saying is I should buy all the dice.
I mean, you could.
Is there a downside to me buying all the dice?
Money.
Do I really need money? She says I don't need to pay for them until I'm done. Until she's done with them.
Fun fact, in my playthrough, I did not talk to the dice maker until I was almost done with the game. And I ended up not ordering any dice. I
That's
only
a
got the
crying
free
shame.
ones that she gives you, but I failed the check, so I did not get the full set.
I could buy all the dice. Because currently Go on.
I was gonna say, it's funny because of like my ADHD. There were a lot of things
It's you again. Are you
that
looking
I
for
like.
a die?
Like
I'm
a lot of things in
sorry.
my
I'm a
playthrough that
bit
you're supposed to
overloaded just
experience
now,
like
so I
earlier
can
on
only
that I
purchase
never
one
did
die per customer.
until like way later. Like for me, I never got the lore dump from, because when you like get the reality lowdown from Joyce where she tells you about the world, I never
Yeah.
got that until like literally the end of my playthrough. It was like one of the last things I did before I ended the game. So it took me until the end of the game to learn about the Pale.
Yeah, something you never need to deal with. It's just out there, doing its thing. Just living in a world that's slowly dissolving.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You feel nothing.
Oh!
If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Start taking off your clothes, you need to connect!
Excuse me, what are you doing?
Officer,
I'm trying to lower my body temperature.
And why would you do that?
It's part of the special technique I have.
And what technique is that?
You're right, sometimes I get these feelings.
Miss, I apologize for my colleague's behavior. He's still recovering from an unusual medical episode.
Officer, this isn't how mature adults deal with their feelings.
Now you feel something. The cold damp of shame washing over you.
Like that. It's like I can feel the wind, or I don't know, the air pressure in the air tells me things.
The air pressure told you to take your pants off in my studio?
Yes, exactly.
Can you please employ this special technique somewhere else? I work here and my work requires concentration. Half-naked people don't help with that.
Kim, I'm sorry about the taking my pants off.
Did that lower your Kim score?
No, they're fine with it. I think it might have lowered my honor score, though. Okay, gotta put my my other outfit back on.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the
I get
skis
it.
and rotorblades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
The question is, which should they start with, and which should they pivot to?
That's a good question.
That's a strange leap of imagination. Yet they still failed. How sad.
Reality is ruthless.
Thanks, conceptualization.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Avery,
Yo,
what if I hoisted you like a barbell?
I would stab you.
No.
You're gonna look at that inhumanly haircut, it threatens your masculinity. No sane person would ever put their head in such a machine.
You broke down the back door. Why? I gave you the key.
The door was giving me shit!
I hope you can find the solution quickly. The wards are broken. The passage has been opened. Now tell me, what's back there?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
Felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for the curse.
Her aura.
Not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her.
There's no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. The source of the taxidermy shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought this void spirits down upon this place. I don't have an answer yet. Like, there still leads to be followed, like this strange radio computer thing. There's another name. More malignant, pulling the strings in Marnaise. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths with it.
Another entity. Entity.
There's no curse because there are too many inconsistencies.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that?
First, you're one of the inconsistencies.
I am not doing as well as it looks like I am. I only have my Simone's wards to thank for the protection they provide.
As I said, she's a novelty dice maker. Her business has been up and running for a long time now.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse. I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there. Thank you for nothing. Please do buy some books or be on your way.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
The shop around you feels ancient suddenly, damp and saturated by the coastal air. The books are rotting. A great cold lives here, and there too, 1,200 meters away on the urban coast. The dark shape of a church is reflected on the water, calling.
Why? Thanks, Shivers.
Okay, but please, only a few questions.
What about the wards in the back
Want to
door?
disturb
Are
the
those
spirits?
Simone's as well?
Yes, the Simone's are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here.
The woman.
Okay, we gotta get anti-object task force.
Alright, what capo, whatever. Actually, wait, what does Arno Van Eyck give you?
All motor checks, white checks are unlocked. Reveals Arno Van Eyck gig posters in the world.
I would say you could probably do without Arno Van Eyck. Because all that really does is just, you occasionally have the perception thing that describes an Arno Van Eyck poster. It doesn't really give you anything.
Yeah, but what if finding all the posters gives me something?
I don't know if it does. White Morn you can also get rid of, I think.
Yeah, I don't need zoom and
just
Motorex.
just let you zoom out the camera more.
Anti-object task force.
Hurts?
It hurts. Child, I solved the case.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here?
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with it. The box seems happy.
Okay, where are all these checks I gotta redo? I can do the damaged ledger. Is that just an item in my inventory?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Oh, it's in your interact.
This is the interact tab.
Uh, oh. There you go. I forgot it gets moved to the tools after you decide what it is.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Oh, and an incredibly cool piece of kitchen tissue is stuck to the back.
I can also dice set sirens. Okay, I need logic. I need to put on my logic clothes. I need to put on my ass-kicking outfit. Spiffy. Glasses, jacket, pants. Okay.
It's the and an incredibly cool piece of kitchen. Yes, at last, you find a way to piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. HDB41, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120117000, the next world mural.
Wait. HDB Harry Dubois, Precinct 41. Those weren't...
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. Harrier Dubois, HDB.
I think what you meant to say was RAC, Raphael Ambrosius Gusteau.
No, the alphanumeric begins with HDB.
Good. How long does it take to read one of these Raphael stamped cases?
Fine. It takes about half an hour for you to piece one together. Mr. Raphael, which one do you want?
I'm glad you unlocked this because this gives you a lot of like lore about Harry.
The next world mural.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever find who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Read on.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3.
I don't know what a plebiscite is. I'm gonna look up what a plebiscite is.
Good old JV.
We have no idea who that person is. Plebiscite.
Are you sure?
A direct vote of all the members of an electorate on an important public question such as a change in the Constitution. A law enacted by the Plebeians' Assembly.
Please.
The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
Remove the mural, it's wrong.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
Like, can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? Class are not to be blamed, it's human nature.
Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done? This one, the mural, true love, people, the graffito crew, the crew agree. The 9,000 people
Keep the mural, it
subjected
is
to the
right.
mural, a staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority.
All remains to
And
wreak
that
havoc on the
love
middle
truly is-
class.
In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, and agreement as well. What do you want? This one is the mural, true love, people, the graffito,
Read
the
on,
crew agree.
read
The
on.
9,000 people, a staggering
Read
78% of
on, read
voters choose to keep it.
I was devoted,
Turns out
possibly
the
even lie to
opposition
remove the
were
thing because I don't
allowed
believe in that
minor-
rubbish one
No
bit.
one cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger. What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done?
I like I healed your morale.
Yeah,
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct.
it's because of,
Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower.
Moralist
part
options
of a
give me a
failed
+1
real
morale.
estate Development
Oh,
called
yeah.
Grand Couronne. The mural, true love. People call it that. The graffito crew is easy. The case, the crew agree. The 9,000, a staggering 78%.
Like, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead?
Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the
I'm not
next
choosing
world.
the racist
No
option,
one
come
cares
on.
what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger. What do you want to tackle next, or are we done?
I can go back to this at any time, right?
Yeah.
Not much has changed in Anti-Object Task Force.
Look at that.
Behold, the Anti-Object Task Force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the Darkened One. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So
many doors.
You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe, from the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage, a new reality. Also, you should trash your room again.
All physical attacking physical objects heals damage. +1 pain threshold, thick skin, all physique learning caps raised by 1. Now that's a fucking skill there.
Now, quick, punch a mailbox to heal yourself.
I need you for help. Fuck you, mail delivery box.
There is a hollow ring as you kick the box. It
I got an
sounds like it's mostly
achievement!
empty. Your toe hurts now.
Bang up 5 inanimate objects.
Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box.
You think so? You think it was cool?
I don't. Let's go.
He must see the box as the weaker of the two, and you as a bully. Something he doesn't stand for.
Good mail delivery box.
The mail collection box.
No, my good cop, bad cop score. I need to go punch a tree. Out of the way! I need to punch a tree.
The gnarled hawthorn tree. The hawthorn tree is disappointed by your betrayal and psychopathic tendencies. The pain, it is nothing. Revel in it. Absorb it. Gain power from it.
Goddamn straight suck on that object. My existence outclasses yours.
Amazing.
Yes, your pain is real. The pain of a tree is mute and base and uninteresting.
Had enough assaulting Madre Natura? We should get moving.
The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane endures the wintry gusts. The hawthorn, the pain, it is
Michael, that's not the violence made me feel sad and hollow.
good. Everyone must suffer. You, the tree, everyone.
Had enough assault.
The gnarled hawthorn
What?
tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles
I was
Lane
gonna say,
endures the
since
wintry
you guys
gusts
unlocked
with
it, you
ease.
could try opening the cargo.
Yeah, I intended to do as such. I guess we can head over that way. Yo.
I will say that I will not judge you if you save scum this one, because I remember it was a very,
Still
very,
here.
very
Stuck
high
in this
check.
damn jam, my man.
I'm gonna put on my conceptualization fit. Anything else that gives conceptualization or just that?
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man.
Wait, there's something here.
Hell yeah.
stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like,
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion.
Silent communion. That's good.
Where gaspingly you partake of a shifting identity never your own.
Dang. That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
I don't really know. I think it may have been actually put on there myself. I think the words are mine, yes.
Fucking A. Seems I got you all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic sensibilities these days.
Art top!
It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really get it.
Hey man, cops are human too.
Yeah, I guess I owe you an apology for thinking otherwise. And again, great shit.
you found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
Hell yeah. What other checks do I get the ability to look at? Oh yeah, I can do the window again.
The window.
To the window! To the wow!
The window.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window.
Okay, perception. Perception, 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 perception. Oh, wow. Bad perception. Prescription. Prescription. The perception shoes. Well, I guess that's all I got going for perception. I gotta put my ugly tie.
Prescription.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window.
Oh, right.
Hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
I mean, we win these though.
Nothing
What if?
as before, just black branches.
What's this weirdo cop doing now, huh? Window shopping?
I think he's trying to find dirt on us, in our box. It's what they do, Shanks. Did you know policemen are sometimes called pigs?
Wow, no. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, because they like to sniff around in dirt.
Well, that was a worthwhile endeavor.
Worthwhile and clever. And now, choose a cargo container.
Hello, the racist. The theme of this area is fun.
E.
Boom, 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 no. Have we won a 3% chance yet? No.
Fun fact, this song is like a same like melody as the song that plays inside the hotel.
I see.
It's just like kind of slowed down and more, industrial sounding.
Yee. Okay, rhetoric.
Also, Avery,
Hello.
I will say, I won't judge you if you safe scum this one.
Why? It'll open when the time comes. When I first learned the word rhetoric, I learned it from my grandfather while we were driving in a car. And I did not understand what he was saying, and I thought he was saying red brick, and I was like, ah yes, red brick. I didn't find the need to question it, you know? Like, I just like, okay, I guess this is something I've... Why do I have a bullet?
Yeah.
Have I never noticed there's a bullets square here?
Bullet.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have... before the cargo container. It's plan as it's always been.
Nothing more to do here. Red bricks can be rhetoric.
Did you click save before you did that one?
What?
Did you click save before you did that one?
I saved.
It's the ledger you found in the oh, and then it takes about half an hour to piece one together.
The unsolvable case.
AKA Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in general, know it's unsolvable. You were so drunk, you didn't remember what it was when you signed on. That, or you were high. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
Can we just keep all the streets?
You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition, because that's where the action is.
Proceed.
Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years.
It happens.
It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Public indecency.
Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. The officer is also drunk. Way more drunk than Burke there. And let's be fair, you also have party eyes. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face, then proceed to beat him unconscious with it.
Honestly based. These dudes are getting drunk and just flashing people and causing small property damage and basically getting away with a slap on the wrist for it. And they try to take a swing at you. Yeah, Fucking beat them unconscious.
In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. Kill them. They broke it.
Thanks, Half-Light. Hell yeah, Half-Light.
He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore.
Oh my goodness! Fucking hell, Harry!
I love that. Oh, I think he was trying to kill Burko while trying to kill Burko.
Yes! Very reasonable. While you're trying to do it, you come around and you get the compartment open by smashing it open on his leg, making it so that he can't walk. That's a bit extreme. I will say, permanently handicapping a person is probably not fair pay for a person who causes property damage, but at the same time, he did try to attack you, and beating the shit out of him is fair play.
Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved.
You solved the case by beating a man into invalidity. Holy hell! That's how you solve a problem. That is Harry Dubois all red line way to go. Fuck empathies. Fuck logic. We have physical ability, and we're gonna beat the shit out of our way to solutions.
Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end.
You got away with it because you got these two people to stop doing shit. That's a victory in my book.
Does that sound like a Raphael something Costo to you, sir?
Raphael something.
One last time. Yes.
Fine then. You've earned it.
Detective Cousteau! Detective Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. When you say it, it feels like you're taking a bite of a lemon meringue while sitting on the terrace of a seaside cafe on a cool summer day in Sur-la-Clef. It's everything you're not. You haven't created many things during your stay at Martinez, but you've created this. A fancy, sophisticated name that makes you sound intelligent and that no one seems to acknowledge. Don't you feel like you deserve a reward for coming up with something so special? And what would that reward be? -2 conceptualization. An idiotic idea. God, there's so many good thoughts. I kind of want this one, but I don't even know where I'd put it. The square bullet holes murder.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
But?
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then, another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
Sequence killer?
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? Don't worry. One day.
Thanks, Inland Empire.
One day, you may still catch the man with the square gun.
Probably not a gun. I'll put that one out there. Because, like, even a tround is a round bullet at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like, odds are they were being hit with a metal object that happens to be square, like perhaps some sort of pry bar, just a metal rod of some sort.
There was once a gun that used, if I believe, hexagonal bullets, I think.
Like, even that's, like, closer. I guess hexagons would be able to stack a bit nicer. While fitting the round style. Why did they make triangular bullets, but, like, the actual bullet is triangular? I think I could really corner the market on this one. There's no way this is a bad idea.
Have one of the Wesson Smiths do it.
Liz, we should open a gun company where we make guns. I'll do the designs, you make them actually function.
Wonderful. And we'll do it in the doomed commercial area.
The couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They looked really cool, like a rock band.
Yes, as you said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual.
Creed creates inventions the Geneva Convention shivers to think about. You do not know my days of coming up with terrible gun ideas, such as the gun that shoots thermite into you, or the gun that shoots liquid nitrogen into you, or the gun that every bullet is a flashbang. The flashbang sniper rifle will be one of my favorites.
Gun that shoots flashbangs at you, that almost exists.
I know, this flashbang sniper rifle is the best one, because it's just, the thing you are flashing is so far away that there's no possible benefit to it, because you're already too far for them to know you're there, and also, you're looking down a scope at the flashbang! There is no benefit!
Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Did you ever catch those guys?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next? Some assholes brought their couch outside.
They actually look like assholes.
Insufferable dicks. Young people are the worst. They will leave cigarette butt. No. Some assholes brought their couch outside and...
They look really cool, like models.
Yes. As you said here, total assholes. Young people are the worst. They were leaving it cigarette butts. No. You didn't.
Murder at the hookah parlor.
Murder. Tum at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Wait, how?
Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Villalobos, house wolves?
The house
Joseph
wolves.
Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills.
Wait, so Joseph Mills and their partner JM, whose abbreviation could also be Joseph Mills. It's an odd coincidence, if you ask me.
Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Wait, was Joseph Mills a good cop?
No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. the worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case.
I'm glad Joseph Mills is dead.
That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Go on.
Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
Can you just get high of it?
No, it's soot and water vapor. It doesn't do anything.
Really stupid.
Yeah. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah.
Just sucking on the hookah.
15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open, blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be?
Well, if you want me to give my honest guess as to what happened at the murder of the hookah parlor, the guy tripped.
The hookah.
Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Table's low, heavy, really sharp edge.
He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table, and died.
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
Must have sucked a lot of it.
Yeah, he liked his hookah. Stephen was his name.
Spielberg? And what was he doing there for 6 hours?
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed, piecing it together. Next, murder. Joseph Mills didn't get off the pot. Okay, so yeah, really lame. So anyway, young man in his 20s. No one, see, smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? Not much has changed.
I like that you can't even get the case wrong. The only option is he tripped and fell and hit his head. I can get another thing. I can get another brain thought.
Wing.
+3 perception is really good. I mean, Motorway South isn't really doing anything for me anymore, is it?
Oh, yeah. You can just get rid of that one.
Because when it does the unlock, it doesn't unlock once. That's just what it does. Right? That's how it just works?
I think it only unlocks it once.
Okay.
Which is why I also think Arno Van Eyck isn't that useful for you.
Yeah, Arno Van Eyck lets me see the posters, which is interesting. That's something different than just this. Jacques Cousteau, here to spit flow, invented scuba, captain the Calypso. Palme d'Or winning documentary of the ocean, here to smack a crappy, shabby showman. Anyways, we're internalizing Detective Cousteau.
Avery Rappery?
I can't control the flow. Alright. Well, that was adventurous.
This has been a good day.
What?
This has been a good day. Maybe even an Elysium.
I think that should be where we end this one for today. It's 1:20 in the morning. It's been 3 hours? Oh, damn, this one gets a damn. What?
It's been good.
Yeah. James says the distance will shield you from the flash. No, you don't understand. You're using a sniper rifle. You're looking at the flash through the scope. It's in fact being magnified into your eyes. But yeah, good time. I think we had a wonderful time all around. We are so much closer to getting to the bottom of this case. We have all of these clues. We have no clues. We know a man was hanged in a tree, and we know that it was... Wasn't it like there's like a lot of people, but it was odd. It wasn't normal.
There's a lot of people, but weirdly quiet.
Yeah, it was weirdly quiet. We'll get to the bottom of this yet, and figure out who killed this man. I still remember seeing this one post that, like, was saying, like, it really goes to the credit of the Disco Elysium fandom that they could see all of these memes and, like, things talking about this game and its characters, and yet they have no fucking clue who the killer is. And, like, that's exactly me. I'm this far into this many episodes into playing this game. This is part 15. I have no idea who the killer is. I don't know. I can barely figure out how the character died. Because we assumed they weren't actually hanged because their body was already limp as it was going there. So they were unconscious or they were already dead before being hung. So, like, we have no information and we're 15, like, 3-hour streams into this game. I don't know who did it. My best guess is Harry.
To be fair, that's because you didn't want to progress the main quest.
No, it's not that I don't want to progress the main quest, it's that I don't want to make Eraserhead take down the body.
Eraserhead.
But yeah, thank you all for coming this evening. Today's most loved viewer is going to Yarrow. We're gonna give it to Yarrow.
Yeah, well.
For just enjoying the mesh fest. Anyways, that will be all. I will see you all tomorrow for a Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney stream, and then probably another Disco stream on Monday to get back onto the schedule of it. Would you describe Ace Attorney as a visual novel? Yes.
Yeah, it literally is.
If your main gameplay is clicking words along a screen, that is a visual novel. This game, despite efforts I put closer to a visual novel, though it does sort of sit in like the Venn diagram circle of visual novel and role-playing game. It kind of like intersects those rings perfectly, in my opinion. Meanwhile, Phoenix Wright is fully a visual novel. Yeah, I will talk to you all next time. Good night!